How about the lighting? Lighting's good. Okay. Hello, guys. So we have my amazing co-author here, Julie, who does the gaming distribution event section of the page because I am totally clueless when it comes to gaming stuff. So she is super knowledgeable on it. And she also helps me with finding other media in regards to Pokemon Center New York. So she is obviously here to look over the amazing new discovery that was made tonight. Brand new Pokemon Center New York footage. I am so excited. New footage has not been found since the footage that I located off Wayback Machine, in 2017, I think that was. So it's been a long ass time, to say the least, since any footage has been found. So, Julie, if you want to tell me our experiences been trying to find footage and photos of the store over the past, few years of working on this website with you and me.
Yeah. It has been an adventure finding these clips because up until this point, we've only had 2 videos on the whole website. I've been modding the site for a while now, and we've been getting responses from people for a year in our Tell Your Story section, where people have been discussing their experiences. And we've been trying to get people to send us videos, but no one has videos because, it was hard to film back in 2001 in New York for a lot of different reasons, ranging from the technology at the time was not adequate to film like that.
Yeah.
And from things like that to people just being like, oh, yeah, I was on an old VHS or camera and I don't know how to get it off. And then they disappear and
It
never.
just sits in a closet in an attic.
Yes. So finding the videos has been impossible. The only videos that we've had up until right now are the lighting video that Grace found in 2017, which was a huge find at the time.
Still can't believe I made that video work.
And then the other one was the actual commercial for the store that has been on YouTube for a while now.
Yeah, that was for the longest time. That was literally the only known footage of the store up until my discovery using Wayback Machine, finding the lighting video, which essentially was basically a resume piece for the lighting company that did the lighting in the store. They uploaded a bunch of shots of their work in the store to their website that I had found on Wayback Machine. And as of today, those were the only 2 known footage found of the store. So we're going to show you guys our recently found footage. This is on Getty Images, which is a big surprise to both of us because we both have dissected Getty Images
and the whole internet for that
1,000 times.
We've looked everywhere. So the fact that this was here,
it is.
I don't know how it got here. Yeah. It was uploaded by someone recently.
It had to be new.
Maybe it was buried somewhere. Maybe they added hashtags.
I don't know. If you don't know what Getty Images is, essentially is a press website. They have press media, video, and photos for the press to essentially use for news clips or other types of mass media, print type deals. And it's just uploaded on there as kind of generic stock footage, and people buy it from Getty Images to use. So basically the footage that we found was probably talking about the store's opening. So it's just a big wide shot of everything. So let's play it. Obviously, our faces are not as interesting as that. All right. So unfortunately, it's only like a minute's worth of footage, but it is a minute's worth of footage that we previously did not have. So let's check it out with the first clip. And there's no sound. So just get a beautiful visual here of the first floor of the store.
Yeah, we see the little statues of the starters in the front behind
the clocks.
We see a lot of merchandise. We see the Ultra Pokedex.
That's your first clip. So let's take it back here. Yeah. I don't think I can do slow motion, but we'll just pause and talk about it. So obviously with the big sign, this is on the first floor, so that's obviously the checkout area with the Pokemon statues and some employees back there. This was filmed on the day the store opened. There was no one in the store yet.
So we think, because that's the upload date that on the website. We don't know this, for all we know, this was shot before, and this was just like but the date that they have listed was November 16, 2001, which also is the day that the store opened. So to our knowledge, that is when this video is from. But honestly, we have no idea.
We don't know.
We don't know.
the biggest thing that Julie pointed out that I think is really interesting.
Yeah, it's super cool. So there's this like purpley thing. It says York, and so it probably said Pokemon Center New York right there.
Yeah, written on the ceiling, which no photos we had seen before. It almost looks like a projection that maybe cameras couldn't pick up. I don't know, but we thought that was definitely the biggest surprise seeing this clip.
Yeah, if you look really, really closely, it looks like a cityscape. Like I see buildings.
Yeah, you can see the buildings, which was a big kind of like, highlight of the store. They wanted to emphasize we're in New York City. That's why the Pokemon Centered Magical Clock, it opens up and the New York skyline is in the clock.
Yeah, for all we know, the skyline right there is the one with the Charizard, and maybe underneath there was like the Charizard, the image with the Pikachu and the Charizard and the Pichu. That was like a really common theme in the store that used to like show up all the time. So for all we know, they were doing a projection of that on the wall, and we just didn't know that until now.
Yeah,
so pretty neat.
So that was the biggest discovery from this individual clip. You can see the display boxes down here on the bottom. It's really difficult to tell what's in there.
I saw the GBAs somewhere.
Yeah.
At the bottom. You could also see a cutout in the back of Ash, Misty, and Brock. It looks life-size, but I
think you have a picture of that on our website.
Yeah.
And then you can see the mobile moving at the top, of course, which it has been reported by former employees that the ceiling mobile commonly did not work at all. So it's cool that it's moving. Then we have a shot of the Ultra Pokedex, which is, of course, their basically machine that you could look up all the Pokemon on, which is in the next clip.
Yeah, and so what's really cool about the Ultra Pokedex right there is that we will see this more in the next clip, but on the two sides, so it's like the actual machine is in the middle, and then on the two sides, on the left and the right, there's like, it looks like a dark area in this video.
Yeah.
The next video, because we did not actually know this until now because we haven't gotten good pictures of this really. On the two sides, that dark area is covered in figurines.
Yeah, it was basically another display shelf.
Yeah, and so when people were looking at the Pokedex, they could go to the left and to the right and literally buy the figurine of the Pokemon they were looking at. So that's really, really neat from
so let's start.
Yeah. So that's really, really cool because we did not know that until now. You also see the screen, which is cool to see what like the UI looks like from the Ultra Pokedex, because it has the logo in the center, and then it has what seems to be an Ursaring, Larvitar, and I think a Venusaur.
It looks like Venusaur, yeah.
Yeah, and
I don't know what these two circles are in the corner.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either, but maybe
we have
a magnifying glass or something.
Yeah, and then we have another screen on the bottom here with what looks like almost Game Boy controls almost.
Yeah, there are probably buttons to select stuff.
Yeah, and then you can see they will zoom in on the figures. And so it's not the best of quality, but
yeah, and what we know about these figures and how they were arranged, not just from this video, but we've heard reports from people who worked at the store that the figures used to be arranged, typically, assuming to mess up the display, they were arranged in Pokedex order from 1 to 151. So that's like a cool little thing. And then I'm guessing maybe on the other side it was the following 100 from Johto. That's what
because they had Johto was out at this point. It had been out.
Lugia on the other side, but I also see a Pikachu, so I'm not sure. Maybe it like went all the way around, I'm not sure.
Or they just weren't in order yet. This was, if we assuming this is the day they opened, they might not have had it opened yet. I'm pretty sure the figure packets did have the numbers listed on them, so I guess
These
you could type in the number from the figure onto the Ultra Pokedex machine on here to look up, which is super cool, very interactive. So
back when it had black packaging, the figure.
Yeah, I remember I found one of those at a flea market one time. It was a Venonat.
I used to have a few back when Nintendo World was around.
I
used to sell them in that packaging, like in the early days of Nintendo World. Like
I found leftover stock. All right, so panning over to some more merchandise. Again, we're gonna go slow here. We see some classic 90s slippers. We have the the Pikachu some Jigglypuff ones on the second row, which I've never seen before.
And that looks
And
like
then-
a Charmander.
Yeah, and then Charmander on the bottom, which I have seen those before. They're definitely more rare compared to the Pikachu ones. Jigglypuff ones I've never seen.
I have
And we
never seen
have-
Jigglypuff ones.
Yeah, and then we have some jackets that are too low quality to see what's going on there.
And shirts to the
And
left.
then a bunch of really neat looking shirts.
I'm digging the pink one.
Yeah, they're like
So much.
really pastel. They were really aiming to hit both the boy and girl, you know.
Androgynous demographic.
Yeah, because like I guess a lot of adults had looked at Pokemon as like a boy thing, but they sold things that appealed to both boys and girls at the store, which I think is awesome.
Moving on.
Yeah, panning over.
Yeah. To
Um,
the left, there are those bags. And what I have to say about these bags is that I was actually, well, moderately surprised, not super surprised, but it was I was excited.
yeah.
I'm excited to see these bags because to people who don't know, these bags were sold at the Japanese Pokemon Center in Tokyo in the late 90s and like 1999. By late 90s, literally like 1999, and then early 2000s, and they were sold as like little tote bags that you could put your plushies and you could put your shirts in. And what's super cool is that we now have proof that they were sold at this store as well, which
Yep.
we did know before now.
I
that
had
they-
seen a picture with one in the background. You can see it.
yeah.
And I used to own one of these totes. I didn't like the size of it, so I sold it. I can see that there's a bigger one now. I have the smaller one here on the
Yeah, they're
left.
really
And
small.
it was just so small. I
Yeah.
wish I had the bigger one. I've never seen the bigger one.
Yeah, I
Um,
didn't get either. And then we have the Pikachu backpacks on the top.
yeah, another classic. And then more t-shirts on the very left, which unfortunately the clip ends right at the Pikachu backpacks. So definitely a really, really cool clip to find to get a peek at some of the merch that they were selling at the time, since there was really photos, not great photos, but
Something. Now we know.
that's something. All right. And now for our last clip, which is not as cool as the other two, but it's definitely worth sharing for those that are interested in the TCG
For sure.
community part of Pokemon. So
This one shocked me the most, specifically because if you look really carefully as you play, these like little things at the top, we were like, oh yeah, okay, whatever, things at the top. But if you watch the video, the motion of them looks like they're spinning cards at the top. And
Yes.
that's really, really cool
I
because
had no
you
idea these
can tell
displays
from-
spun.
yeah, you can't tell that from pictures only.
Yeah.
So,
this was on the second floor of the store, and
Yeah.
the second floor was more like they had like a TCG playing area, so they had tables set up for kids to play the TCG card game, and then they had basically these displays with all the cards. I don't know if they were like the full sets of the cards or
They were
what.
special ones. So they used to have displays for cards. Like, so they had one display. It was like for upcoming cards from Japan that hadn't been released yet.
Mhm.
And then the special promo cards, like
Okay, yeah.
super rare of the time. And I know this because it was right directly next to the Gotta Catch 'Em All station.
Yeah.
And so kids would like go get the rare Pokemon from the distribution machine and literally just walk
Yeah.
through the cards and like observe the rare special cards as well.
Yeah, so this was like against where the railing is on the
Yeah.
second floor is what it looks like to me. I mean, you've been in the store more than I have
It
as
looked to me
Nintendo
like,
New York.
yeah, to me it looks like it's near the window towards the back so now today at Nintendo New York there's like a big projector and then there are like a few little stations where you can
Okay, so like on the right where you got off the elevator almost.
yeah, so it's like you
Okay.
get off the elevator and then make a left. So like
Yeah.
step out and then you make a left. Because right where you step out of the elevator, that's where the Gotta Catch 'Em All station was.
Yeah, which would be to the right of what this clip is.
Yes.
Right, okay.
So that's what from what I'm looking at based on like the buildings in the background, because I've been to the store a bajillion times.
Yeah.
Seeing from the buildings in the back, that's what it looks like to me. But it's
Yeah.
hard to tell from this clip. That's what I would guess.
Yeah. And then it looks like this is the Neo set they had on display, which I don't know if it would have been out by that point. I don't know. I'm not super familiar with TCG, but
Yeah, I wish we could read the text because perhaps these were like the Japanese versions of the cards. I'm not
yeah, it's just,
like it's hard to say why they picked these specific cards.
yeah.
It's hard
It's
to
definitely one of the Neo sets
say.
though.
It looks I can't tell because the text is blurry. I can't
That
really-
looks like English to
I
me.
think English. Maybe it was a new set at the time. I don't know.
Yeah, that's my guess. I don't know what year this Neo set came out though.
This is this was apparently shot in '01.
November 01. I know there's a bunch of different Neo sets. I don't know the names of any of them.
It
I
could
can see
have,
the Natu card in the middle here.
or what they were selling at the time. Like,
yeah, it's hard to say. So
I don't know.
yeah. So
But it's cool.
it's so cool. We're very beyond excited to have found these clips. There is our minutes worth of clips that we have found in terms of Pokemon Center New York, which is as lost as it gets.
For real.
Thank you to, both of us have been on a archiving journey to ensure that this store does not become lost to time. That's why I built the Pokemon Center New York website. And it's not over yet.
It's not over yet.
That's why we asked the community if they have footage or pictures in their attic or closets. Go to your parents' house. If you went here as a kid in between the years of 01 and 05, please, 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 please share with us. We will post it on our website if it's something that we really haven't seen before. My grail piece is a video of the animatronics, since I now own the Pikachu animatronic back here. There was no known footage of them moving in the store, and that would just be the ultimate win for me to find footage of the animatronics moving. I was kind of surprised that these clips didn't include that, because I feel like that would definitely be something to highlight in terms of the news. Like, hey, they have animatronic life-size Pokemon. We definitely need to show that, but there's more footage out there. We will find it.
My grill is I hope to find one day more footage of the Pokemon Center distribution machine.
The distribution machine, of course, yeah, because that is
we have photos now and we have the actual data,
which is amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Seen it, and it's really cool. And I post about it a lot because it's really cool.
And that is like not only big for Pokemon Center New York enthusiasts like you and I, but for distribution event enthusiasts, which is way bigger than Pokemon New York altogether. So
as an archivist for the game data, it is so awesome that we have this, but I still want to see it in action at the store, because to this day we have a great idea of how the machine worked. We know the inner mechanics of the machine now. We now know most, if not all, of the events given out at the store. There's still probably a few that are missing that we don't know about, but we have a lot of this data now on hand.
Yeah.
We still don't have footage of someone actually using the machine.
Yeah, and having their reaction to getting.
I would love to see that.
A Wish Chansey.
Oh, you have no idea how many people have talked to me about that.
Well, thank you for coming on, Julie. I'm so glad that we could do a video. This was her idea to do a whole commentary video of it. When I found it, I immediately called her, oh my god, I just found footage. We got to talk about it.
Pokemon footage.
Yeah, so go follow her on Instagram and TikTok to Love L from Vine. She's amazing. I love her. Hopefully we get to go to Disney World together one day. She's all the way in New York and I'm in Virginia. We've met one time, and hopefully we can meet again soon. Stupid COVID pandemic. Anyway, thank you for joining me here on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a like, and follow me on Instagram and TikTok at newasme700, and I'll see you guys next time.